This week on Stay Out of My Fridge.
Guess what the old tribe is now addicted to? In social media. They are addicted. And apparently they are like super lazy. They're getting fat.
Yeah, that's why they can't afford the renovations on their stadium. Because they paid Bobby Witt too much money. You still talking about cream pies?
Yes. Yeah.
So there's levels to like crotch smell, like your own personal crotch smell. Like you got shower in the morning, by midday, it's a hot day. You got that like, okay, this is my normal crotch smell. It's not like, oh, this is awful. And then you got the I've been camping for 2 days crotch smell, where it starts to ferment and like change colors and stuff like that. Anyway, how's your guys' Sunday going?
Especially when they don't smell great. I don't know if it's the best or the worst. It's not the best for them, I'll tell you that.
Are we still talking about cream pies?
Yes. Yeah.
So there's levels to like crotch smell, like your own personal crotch smell. Like you got shower in the morning, by midday, it's a hot day. You got that like, okay, this is my normal crotch smell. It's not like, oh, this is awful. And then you got the I've been camping for 2 days crotch smell, where it starts to ferment and like change colors and stuff like that. Anyway, how's your guys' Sunday going?
Yeah, or the I don't have power, so I can't take a shower kind of crotch smell, which somebody might have that going on right now. I don't know.
You know what? My power company and I are going to have some fucking words, but apparently this time it wasn't their fault. Apparently some vehicle hit like a pole or something like that and it had a transformer on it. Naturally.
Yep.
But kudos to them, since I do have somebody who lives, who is a like he works in the power lines and stuff. He works for the power company. We usually get fixed up pretty damn quick. So I am very fortunate that I'm able to be here. And I thought for sure as soon as the computer loaded up, time for an update. And I'm like, fucking do it. I fucking dare you. It did. So things are looking on the up and up. My Sunday's looking better. It's getting better.
Hell yeah. Don't jinx it.
So it's coincidental that you had, and how's my volume? I've changed my mic kind of set placement. That you had issues with your power because on Friday night I did this. I didn't send you guys this. In fact, if you don't mind, I want to show you something. But while I'm doing this, we were raising money at a place for a non-kill shelter for animals, which I believe in and love, and I think they do a great job. And I may or may not have agreed to be slimed if they raised a certain amount of money. Well, I got slimed. Did you see this video by chance, Matt? Mm-hmm. You did.
I saw the fundraiser as well, too. That's why I decided to go with the slime.
There you go. You probably saw the non-edited or the edited version. But here's the non-edited version for you folks out there.
Or as some people would say, raw.
So I was so annoyed they had two people do it before me, and I was like, they're not going to slowly pour this on me. So I go, quit edging me.
That's what I was like. I thought I heard, quit edging me.
Well, I can't put that on the fucking station website, so I edited that part out to where it's like started. Anyway, so I'm going somewhere with this. So I get done with this, and we were supposed to be getting storms all night. It was going to cancel a concert that was in town and everything, and it had been north of us for so long. So after I get slimed, I'm like, already been there for 3 hours. I'm like, I'm not going to stay here any longer. I'm covered in glycerin and water and dye. And it literally ruined my red shirt. My undershirt's stained pink.
Oh, shit.
So I take my shirt off. I hose down. I wipe down. I get off as much as I can on me. Change into a different shirt. And then I get into my car and I drive home. And as soon as I pull into my driveway, I hear thundering and rain starts falling, like just drops. So I get inside, close the door, and then it just completely goes crazy. Well, I'm like, I need to jump in the shower. So I jump in the shower, throw my clothes outside so they can get washed off, because why not let Mother Nature do the work for you? So I get into the shower, get done, and I'm like, first of all, I get to shower upstairs so my wife and kids are gone. I don't have to shower down here in the basement like a fucking homeless man. and I get done out of the shower. I'm drying off my bits and stuff, and I sit on the bed to go pull up my phone, and all of a sudden, storm goes nuts, and the power goes like flickers on and off like 10 times, and then just goes. And I was like, oh fuck! Friday night at fucking 9 o'clock. I'm like,
Kid free.
Yeah.
So first thing in my mind is, well, I know they have a report website. You go to the place, you report your outages, bam.
Yep.
Within 20 minutes, I'm texting my friends. I'm like, hey, you guys got power? Then I'm checking the website. And I'm like, nobody else is reporting power out. It's just me in the city. Like, what's going on? So then I text my buddy who works for the city, not going to name him and stuff like that. And I'm like, hey, I reported this, but it looks like I'm the only one in town. I'm not seeing anything on Facebook about this and in the various group chats. I know I'm going on about this. I promise to go somewhere.
No, it's good. No.
And he's like, well, it does look like you're the only one in town, LOL. And I'm like, son of a bitch. So, but he's like, what's your address? And then within 20 minutes, there's a city, like blue and yellow, brightest lights you've ever seen. Like somebody's getting pulled over right in front of my car, right in front of my house, going off. They get into the backyard, they see the pole, and before climbing on it, I open my door and I hear him say, before we go up there, let's shut it off. Makes sense. Yeah. So they shut it off, and then all of a sudden, power for the block goes down because, well, everybody's connected to this fucking power pole. And then people on Facebook start reporting it, and I'm like, sorry, guys. So apparently it wasn't just me. It was me and my immediate neighbor. We were the only two houses in town that had lost power during the storm. Everybody else was fine. Well, they go up there, and I get to see them, like, working on it late at night. And, like, it's great about seeing this is, like, first of all, they did a great job. Shout out to the city workers. But they were just two dudes bitching back and forth, like, hey, don't you steal my squealer. I don't know what the hell it was called, you know, like, I know what mine looks like, and I know you. I'm going to throw it down, you know, kind of thing. And so it's kind of cool. By 11 o'clock, they get done. I've got 2% left of my battery. Power goes, power's back on. And I'm like, dude, amazing.
Hallelujah.
On a Friday, 2 hours without power, I could not have slept in an empty house with no kids or wife without power. It would have been awful. I'm a fan guy. So anyway, that's my power story for the weekend. And I'm glad your power's back on, Euban.
Yeah, no, yours as well. And we were supposed to get those storms this weekend as well, and we were lucky that we were at some ball games on Friday night, and we kept seeing it like getting ready to come in. And granted, it was like 90, so I was like, you know what? Let these clouds come in. I'm okay with it. Block this fucking sun for a little bit. Look, I'm even starting to get some color. I was about the same whiteness as Brandon like 2 weeks ago, and starting to get a little color. But the storm started coming through, and I'm like, all right. And you know how it is, softball, hour and 15-minute rule, usually for, you know, the younger kids.
Interesting choice of words when you said, all right, at a high school.
Touche. And we, as soon as the game ended, we got into the truck, got the chairs in there, and no more. We got like 3 minutes away, just fucking downpoured. And I'm like, great. I already can't see worth the fuck as it is. And then I'm up. If I have to have the windshield wipers on full blast, I'm driving like an old lady. I'm like, where the fuck?
That's the worst.
But you got it to where like you've driven in like a downpour where fastest it doesn't even matter. You can't see shit.
Yeah,
it's scary, dude.
Especially if you're the first vehicle and you don't get somebody to follow, then you're just relying on like yellow to white.
And that's the thing too. You know, living out in the middle of bumfucked Egypt, it's one lane. So you're like, okay. And then you look up and you're like, whoa, why is there? I see 2 yellow lights in front of me. Why is there 8? Oh, dear God, it's a tractor. He's on that side of the road. Fuck.
And there's no lines on a lot of these back roads.
No. And so they just recently repaved or like resurfaced one of these roads too. So there's no center line. All they have is like those little plastic yellow pieces. So I'm hitting it every once in a while. I'm like, fuck. Man.
Then you have the kids and, Dad, stop hitting me. He's hitting me. He's biting me. I'm hungry.
Yes.
Brother just shit his pants. It smells. I'm going to throw up.
It is so goddamn aggravating. I just want to pull over. I want to be like Chris Farley. Like, I'll turn this damn bus around. You know what I mean? I just want to kick him out and be like, you know what? I'll come get you when the storm is over. Until you guys calm down and the storm calms down, I ain't dealing with you. Fuck off.
Yeah. See, when I was growing up, we would lose power all the time. Still do quite a bit. But I live in the house that my grandfather used to live in, and he was on oxygen 24/7, so he had to have power. So whenever the power went out, we were like the first people in our area that always got power back because he needed his oxygen. He only had so many portable tanks, you know what I mean? And they didn't know that. So when he passed away, I didn't go out of my way to say, hey, Gramps passed away, you know, he's still around. So that way if the power went out, they need to get that oxygen going. So thanks.
Brilliant. Devious, but brilliant.
But I got an interesting little story that I heard that I've been dying to talk to somebody about. I haven't been able to talk to anybody about it. Kind of has to do with power and internet, so I think it's a pretty fun, in the biz they call it segue. But there's a tribe in like the Amazon forest or something like that, an Amazon tribe. Just your typical Amazon tribe. Well, apparently they decided it was a good idea, now that there's Starlink, to get internet in case there's medical emergencies, stuff like that. Guess what the old tribe is now addicted to?
Pornography.
Pornography and social media. They are addicted. And apparently they are like super lazy. They're getting fat. And I got an article here from the New York Post. Have you guys heard this?
Yes, but it's interesting as hell, so go on.
So here it is. Remote Amazon tribe hooks to the internet only to wind up hooked on porn and social media. Again, this is the New York Post. A reclusive tribe in the Amazon finally got hooked up. Thanks, Elon Musk. Only to be torn apart by social media and pornography addiction. The elders are complaining. It's in Brazil. 2,000 members of the Marubo. I don't know how to say it. They're not going to. Well, they can see this and get mad. We should get them addicted to our show.
What?
Apparently, they were divided by the arrival of the Tesla founder Starlink. When it was arrived, everybody was happy. And now things have gotten worse, said Sanami Maruba. Do they all have the last name? Is this the tribe that they all have the same last name? I thought I remembered seeing something,
So
but
I
didn't hear that.
What kind of category, they were watching on the old hub? No, it seems like it's Roll Tide. It's little incest, step-sister, step-brother stuff.
I love this quote. But now things have gotten worse. Young people have gotten lazy because of the internet. They're learning the ways of the white people. And for anybody just listening, again, if you go to New York Post, it's all over the place. There appears to be a tribesman wearing looks like some surfer shorts that you probably find discounted at a surf shop at every major location in like any southern state, like Florida, those touristy shops. It appears to be a white woman, right? Dressed in some tribal stuff, and then somebody wearing a Harvard shirt. Can't tell if that's a tribes person or not, but holding a big box that says Starlink. They got the same internet. It's probably faster than Toby's. And they're in the middle of Brazil rainforest. But look at that. Oh, they do the little...
Oh, dang. We almost saw some granny titties.
Gravity has really hit those, huh?
Those are tucked in.
Yeah, those are tucked in right under the belt. Huh. Interesting. But yeah, so obviously I heard this on like another podcast, and they, I think, had so many questions that are left unanswered. They want to, you know what I mean? They had the same thing that you kind of said, you've been like, I wonder what category they love. But could you imagine like not having power, never having internet, having nothing? Maybe they have power. I don't know. I guess I shouldn't assume that. But then all of a sudden you have internet for the first time in your life, some 70-year-old people. I mean, that had to happen here, in the 90s and stuff when the internet started popping. You had 70-year-olds being like, holy shit. Guarantee you they got addicted to porn. That's probably why the divorce rate was so high amongst the elderlies. And that's probably what started the nursing home pandemic of, STDs.
The old people do like to fuck.
I mean, you got to imagine. I mean, young, everybody likes to fuck pretty much, except for isn't there like a category of people that just don't? I don't know the name of them.
Yes, there is. I don't.
Classic.
Sorry.
Oh, that's good.
If she listens to back-to-back episodes of these things, she's just not going to be pleased.
Did she listen to the Body Wrong episode?
Oh, my God.
So for anyone who doesn't know, we're not going to give it away, but Euban did tell a very, very embarrassing moment from his wife shitting her pants. And
yes.
Last week's episode, we thought it was the shittiest episode. It was the most well-received episode. People were sharing it on their stories. So shout out to that. The card guy, North Carolina card guy, big Tar Heel fan, Sarah from In a Pickle Radio. They were loving the shittiest episode we ever did. So I thought it was funny. I thought it
worked. It worked. Yeah, she was just like, hey, there's some things that happen in our lives. She's like, that we don't have to share. And I was like, oh yeah, we do. I was like, we share everything, remember? I was like, we're an open family. And she's like, me shitting my pants, it's none of anybody's business. I'm like, it's a good 100 people's business now. So I was like, it's getting shared. So
but that would be the one thing. And out of respect, I didn't put a clip out there because it would have been, You know, our luck that if I did a clip, and next thing you know, it'd be the one that would get millions, and hey, it'd be good for candle sales.
It would be. It would. Well, and she still sees too. Eventually, she'll be on YouTube, and she sees the video that I did with my son when he was a toddler, like 4 years ago. That went viral about him, you know, pretty much wanting some titties. And she's like, "Should we watch it?" And she's like, "Hey, that's your voice." And I was like, "Yeah." And then she sees the ad. She goes, "Why the fuck is like our son on an ad right now?" And I was like, I don't know, Viral Hog must have stole some shit or something. I was like, I don't know. But no, I did want to touch base on something on Brazil that I forgot to mention. I know we're not a sports show, but did see the NFL game in Brazil and how they can't wear the color green? And the two teams that are playing are the Packers and the Eagles. What the fuck?
How did the NFL not know this or think about this? Or was Brazil, like, I've heard about it, but I didn't dig into it because, you know, let's be honest, I don't give a shit about the Packers and fuck Philly. But,
Preach.
You know what I mean? Like, is that just not a thing? Or was Brazil kind of like, we're going to show these Americans?
Well, I mean, also, like, they've been playing in Mexico since the 90s and like preseason. And so, like, they're thinking, well, if we can play where the cartel is, I mean, to your point, it's dumb. They should have done their research and vetted it. But, you know, when you see dollar signs, you don't let anything stand in your way.
And now they have to be escorted by like armored vehicles and stuff like that. And now I almost wondered too, now there's an opportunity for a rare alternate jersey by one of these teams. Like the Packers might have like an all yellow one. Eagles,
but they have They have those ugly ass ones,
brown or something. Ones from a long time ago.
Oh, the '60s alternate ones or whatever.
Look it up here. So real quick, I thank you to Google and the AI experience. Why is green banned in Brazil's? It's not banned there, but the arena is home to Sao Paulo's Corinthians soccer team. Its crosstown rival, the Palmeiras. Sorry, I don't speak this language. They wear green, and the Derby Paulista, which is translated, is the fiercest rival. It's one of the fiercest rival in all of sports. So they're saying because they're playing it at this stadium, their fierce rival is green. There will be no green in the stadium.
And they said apparently one of their own players, wore green cleats by a mistake apparently one time, and he got fined like thousands and thousands because they just do not allow green in that stadium.
Yeah. And then you get Josh Jacobs out here who made all over there because he said Packers and Eagles will be banned from. I mean, I guess he's the one that broke it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just said, they said that part of Brazil we're going to, you can't wear green at, Jacob said. They said, I guess, something to do with gangs and stuff. But you're allowed to wear a green jersey to support the Eagles or Packers if you do want to. I mean, I guess I can see that.
Fucking sense.
I mean, and you're in Chiefs country, you know what I mean? If you're in Chiefs country, and next thing you know, somebody comes in. I guess I don't really know who the Chiefs' biggest rival is anymore because everybody hates them because they're good, you know. But say it was the Raiders, you know what I mean? And people are wearing black, you know, two teams that are wearing black and Raider colors. There's gonna be some angry people, and you're in a different country, different times. They got these back real quick. They got these alternate. These were the ones I was thinking. I know there's some with these blue and like yellow ones. Navy and gold that they wore at one point.
That's like the Lombardi era, isn't it?
Yeah. These ones here, yeah, they had the brown pants, they had the blue. So, I mean, that's a potential they could rock. They look like Michigan.
They do look like Michigan.
Those are ugly. I mean, could you imagine getting paid tons of money to have that as your alternate jersey? Like, holy shit.
My flag football team.
Or I guess she's not 6 anymore. My 8-year-old could come up with something way better.
I blocked it from my mind so bad I thought it was brown.
Well, the pants were brown, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Man, that's ugly.
So I thought somebody did have a brown one though. I think there was like somebody had like a mustard yellow one too that was hideous.
Yeah, I mean the Browns, they have brown, but shout out to the Dude Network and those guys. Chip from 3 Overs Daily made his came to the States and went to Cleveland, Ohio. They had a good old time, and the entire time they were posting content, I was talking shit about Ohio. Just me having fun with it. Don't take any offense, you Ohioans. But for real, you guys aren't even a top 40 state in the U.S., so sorry about it. Talking about states, though, I'm gonna plug this real quick because we're in between some stuff. Vermont Flannel Company. Look at this flannel, boys. Bought this, and I got a hoodie, and I did a cool little video from it. And they were nice enough. We've been talking. They said, "Hey, I want to save some people some money. So if you guys use BeardLaws24, you're gonna save 10% on your orders." And for me, like, I'm a flannel guy, and I try to tell them, like, flannels and beards go together like spaghetti and meatballs. And, peanut butter and jelly, unless you have peanut allergies. I'm sorry about it. That sucks. Peanut butter is pretty fucking good. But I just love flannels, and I've tried a bunch of different ones. And we worked with a different company a while ago. Everybody's obsessed with the flannels that rhyme with the President Richard Nixon. Everybody loves them, and they're more affordable because they're mass produced. These are made by 3 people in Vermont, and they do this technique which I've learned about. You roll the flannels to make them softer. Most companies maybe do it once. They do it 3 times, and these are legit. And this isn't like a sponsored thing. These are legit the best flannels I've ever friggin' worn. But I was super impressed. They're trying something right now. They came out with a flannel that is lightweight, and it's lighter than the ounces of a T-shirt. And I'm super intrigued. That's going to be the next purchase that I buy. It's 4.1 ounces, and a normal T-shirt's like 4.5 to 5 ounces. So I am intrigued how that one's going to turn out.
I think I own one flannel. I need to get some more flannels in my life. Apparently,
I fucking love it. But they have a flannel hoodie that is like my new obsession. It's kind of like a mix between what are those things that, we always called them drug rugs that the hippies wore, and if you wore one, people assumed you smoked weed. I don't know the actual name.
Burlap sacks, fucking shit. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm going to type in drug rug hoodie and see what these people are actually selling them as drug rug authentic hoodies. Drug rug hoodies are also known as Baja hoodies. They're traditional Mexican poncho-style garment that became popular in the U.S. in the 60s and 70s. They're obviously not like that, but they're a flannel hoodie, dude. I am obsessed, and I got one. Obviously, I bought one and I was wearing it, and the wife is like, "Yeah, I'm gonna need one of those." Like this is just one of the patterns I'm just gonna show you, just because I've never seen anything like this. I don't know if you guys have.
Oh, I do like that actually. That looks.
You know what
sick.
I mean? And this is just the main. This is a limited edition, but they have. I got the Tropic one. That's what this one right here is going to be my next purchase. That thing is. Can't wear it at the Brazil football game, but look at it. They got a jacket. Just a lot of stuff that a lot of companies aren't doing. So I was like, I'm supporting the hell out of these guys. So if you guys want to, VermontFlannel.com, and it's going to be links in all the descriptions, and you guys can use the code BeardLaws24 if you want to save.
I was going to say, I thought the dude from Big Lebowski wore one, but it looks like it's not a hoodie. It's like a sweater vest or a zip up. Anyway.
Yeah, he had, it was almost like a Mr. Rogers / hippie vest sweater.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, the drug rugs. I never had one. I didn't really want people because, at the time marijuana wasn't legal. So if you happened to smoke the marijuana, oh boy, were you bad. You were a bad boy. But you could drink 30 beers a day, and that was cool. Fuckers.
It's a lot of cut-off T-shirts around here. That's what's in style. Larry the Cable Guy never left the Midwest.
I think a lot of small towns still are rocking them. But we got the people now that they do like an aggressive cut. So they'll take the shirt and they cut like the sides all the way down, almost to the bottom of the shirt, leaving just like a couple inches on the bottom. Do you guys have that going around?
Yes. That was like that when I was in high school, too.
I mean, if the girls are rocking them and you're seeing those side boob, much better than a 350-pound guy crushing probably Bush Lights or something like that and just having that kind of side boob in the rolls and stuff like that. No judgment. I mean, at that point, just take the shirt off, right?
Maybe they have baloney nipples. Maybe they're trying to just hide the big areolas. That's what I would do. But then again, I would never. No.
I was just gonna say #hide the nipples.
Well, I just feel like I'd get fucked up if I ever tried to put that shirt back on, having those gigantic holes over there. I would just wind up with like the head hole and the elbow and shit.
You're wearing like a toga shirt.
Toga. Dude, I'm watching Animal House in a minute.
What a sweet movie. I'm gonna give the people a little bit of a spoiler alert. This week we're going to be talking on the Triple T podcast. I guess it's not a spoiler. This came out. If you want, go watch. I mixed my days up. Triple T, we talked about time traveling to 1994.
Yeah. Now, why 94?
So Sarah from In a Pickle Radio picked a random year. So we just have people we just ask them. So if you guys end up wanting to, I mean, you know the context of the show, but whatever. We just grab random people. They send a video. They are starting to catch on to why they are because they're starting to watch the last couple episodes. We just have them send a video and pick a year. No rhyme or reason. We've done 1991 was the first one. And then Tony from the Dune Network picked 1948 because that was the last time Cleveland Indians or / Guardians won a World Series. And then Sarah picked 1994 just to pick 94. So we go in a deep dive. We find all about the music, everything in there, and it's going to be a good one. We're recording that one here. But nobody mentioned it was at the time of the recording. It's 6-9 day. It's 69. Happy 69, boys.
Oh, snap.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to get my penis touched today. That's happening. That is happening. Now, Tony has been very, very vocal about how well his Guardians are doing this year. Mm-hmm. And, of course, the Royals, they're finally having, a decent little run again, and I can't even enjoy it because he's like, guess who's still 3 games back? I'm like, fuck you, dude. Bobby Witt Jr. is a goddamn stud. And
did you see him throw a ball through the first baseman's glove the other day?
Yeah, dude, he's just really good at baseball. Dude's a fucking stud.
I know. They better hold on to that. They locked him in, right?
Yeah, they locked him in. Yeah, that's why they can't afford the renovations on their stadium because they paid Bobby Witt too much money.
Hey, call it the Bobby Witt Stadium. Maybe he'll take it back and he'll just do the renovations himself. Come on, taxpayers. I mean, it's gonna be a sad day when Kansas City doesn't have any major sport teams anymore because the taxpayers don't, which is kind of bullshit in my opinion. I mean, taxpayers shouldn't have to fund a stadium that they have to then go pay way too much money to go watch a game. I feel like if you are in that district, maybe this is a thing or maybe there's a reason or not, but if you live in there and you're paying taxes on a stadium renovation, you should get X amount of either free or steeply discounted tickets.
Yeah, you would. I mean, it's even now in Carolina that billionaire that's the owner that everyone hates from the Panthers. He wants the city to fund $800 million worth of his renovations when he's worth $40 million or something like that. Go fuck yourself, dude.
Mm-hmm. Go throw a drink on somebody.
Hey,
David Tepper.
Kansas City fans, just move to Omaha. Come on. It's nice.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen? It's still going to be the Kansas City Chiefs, but it's going to be in Kansas City, Kansas. So that way every fucking dumb fan who kept saying, we're not in Kansas anymore. Well, neither were the fucking Chiefs, you idiot. God damn it.
Did you know? Yes. Did you know that in the late 60s, early 70s, I don't remember exactly when, the Sacramento Kings were in Kansas City and they played in Omaha too. Mm-hmm. So they were like the Omaha, Kansas City Kings for a while. My uncle, take it back, my step grandfather told me a story of being in Omaha at a liquor store in the 70s early, and Wilt Chamberlain walked in because they were playing Omaha that night. And he said, we're going to kick your ass. And Wilt was like, no, you're not. They ended up like losing 30.
No, you're not. I'm not that drunk.
We're not that drunk.
That drunk. I did want to say something, boys. Food related, because, of course, stay out of my fridge. And got the wife and kids gone. So is it just me, and I'm not sure if you guys have a lot of time where I live in a town away from my home, like where my family are, so my wife likes to take the kids back there for weekends at a time. But when the wife and kids are away, I become the bachelor that never was. So, like, I just eat the worst food. And listen, I don't eat great foods anyway. But, like, yesterday, I went to the store and I bought onion rolls and pastrami and corned beef and, like, fucking Hatch chili cheese and, like, a bunch of slathered sauces on it. Like, 2 things of chips, which, if you've never had these, holy shit, they're good.
I fucking love barrel chips, dude.
Oh, my God, they're so good. Ate a whole bag, bro. And then I had a whole frozen pizza to myself.
Ooh, what kind?
Freschetta, all meat. Freschetta's pretty decent. I overcooked it a little bit, but so anyway, my point is my tummy does not feel good, and my toilet has definitely paid for the price. Is it just me? Am I the only one that eats terribly when the wife isn't here to say we should have a salad?
No, I do it all the time. So like, of course, I get Stony Bologna. So it's 11:30, and I'm dipping King's Hawaiian rolls into Totino's cheese. For God's sakes, I'm just into a jar. I'm not even getting a fucking bowl. I'm just dipping it in there, and my wife will come in. It's almost like she just caught you beating off. You're like, ooh, I'm just doing fat things. What's up? And she's like, are you dipping fucking dinner rolls in fucking queso right now? And I'm like, you want to try some? And she's like, no, you fat fuck, what are you doing? Like, so I don't know. I get fat and slut shamed all the time. I don't like it. I like to sit there, rub my nips, and eat some fucking dinner rolls and some cheese.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. Well, first of all, have weekends where the wife and the kids aren't around, but I don't know. I eat like shit, I guess, but it's later at night. It depends. It's usually buzzed up. But if I was to get a weekend like that, I'm probably just meeting up with the boys and drinking too much. Probably not gonna unfortunately sit around and eat too much. I might come home and eat too much, but like I said, I've kind of learned with my stomach that eating too much leads to way too much time on the toilet the next day when family is back, and it's just not a good combination. But ugh.
No, are you guys shitting first thing when you wake up in the morning?
Within about 15 minutes, yes.
Matt,
I used to, but my body, I don't know, my body's switched it up a little bit. Now I got to eat something first. But I did the fasting for so long, and then they say it leads to gout. Not to talk about that again. So I've started to eat fucking a bowl of Cheerios every morning because apparently it's heart healthy, and I'm almost 40. So I'll do that, and then it primes that dump up right before the shower.
Okay. Yeah, see, mine is I stretch, in bed, let out a little toot, and then as that toot lets out, I go, I gotta shit. So I'm gonna get out of bed, immediately shuffle my way to the bathroom and unleash hell, and I will probably shit 3 times before I even leave in the morning. Not
3.
I can't get it all out in the ones. I don't know. I gotta get one of those little stool things or something. By the time that I'm like, I think I'm done. I'm like, all right. I've been here like 5 minutes. I feel like I'm empty. Everything's fine. It'll be within 10 minutes. I'm like, oh, not empty. Let's go do this again. And I don't know. I need to get scoped or something. That's what I keep hearing. And just eat healthier.
Heard it's not
eat 40 pounds of fucking food before I go to bed.
Yeah, that could do it. I took one of those. I forget what it was on the ranking last week. If you want to know all about the shits, go watch last week's episode. It was pretty shitty, but I had one of those ones that just wouldn't stop. I mean, I was on the toilet. I felt like it was like a 10-minute shit, and I was shitting for 10 minutes. Like, it was a constant. I'm like, I know I didn't eat that much food, and it just kept coming and coming. Like, I was expecting to look down and see like a small intestine or something like that, but it fucking made my legs go, both of them, asleep. And I was like washing my hands, crying like a little bitch at the sink. Just, that is one of the worst pains other than gout in the fucking world, when both of your legs, I'm like, I was trying to make myself laugh. You ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan. And I'm just like crying. I walk out so awkwardly, and the family looks at me, and I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. Fucking brutal. That is. It was 10 minutes. Like, come on. And I had it on the stool. It wasn't like, I don't know. It wasn't like I was sitting there in a car like a little kid and my feet don't touch the ground and they fall asleep or something, but...
See, and that's what, like, I'm so tall, I feel like my knees are up to my goddamn eyebrows whenever I'm taking this shit. Like, I used to love going to my grandparents' house because they had the handicap one that sat taller. I felt like a fucking king every time I took a shit over there.
Just get a bigger toilet.
I'm about to. Like, I don't want people to come over and be like, oh, is that like an old handicap person's toilet? I'm like, yeah. Mom comes around and takes a shit every once in a while. I need it for her.
Get the insulated one if you do. That way you don't get the tank sweats. When it's super hot and it's all moisturized and stuff. It's because they're not insulated toilets. Get the insulated one, and then you don't get the tank sweats.
See, I don't think I get the tank sweat right now.
Well, no, the toilet.
I know, that's what I'm saying. No, I know I get taint sweats. I get some sweat in the taint. But I don't think my tank of the toilet sweats. Maybe I've never noticed.
Never heard somebody enunciate the K, so tank sweats.
Tank. He just wants all of our listeners to know that he's not talking about his taint. He's talking about his tank.
Yes. Unless you would like to talk about my taint. If we can circle back to the cheese smell. Shit's thick.
Speaking of cheese, they did that cheese roll down a hill thing. Again, they do that every year. You guys have obviously seen it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In what is it, Gloucestershire, somewhere in the UK, where they they just have a fucking brick of cheese down a steep hill, and then the first one who gets it wins something. But they do it for like kids and shit. Here, I got an article.
Yeah, my kid showed. There's a I Show Speed guy that's on YouTube. I guess he competed in it and he got 4th place.
Really? So this is news.sky.com. It's showing a couple of kids with a 7-pound brick and a scarf.
Is it a Harry Potter scarf?
It looks like it. It's probably a soccer team. Annual cheese races. Let's go full screen on this. Oh, still.
So what I've heard is that when it says Oustershire, it's Gloucester. Is the way they say it.
Interesting.
So like they have one that's like
this is fucking nuts.
Worcestershire sauce is.
Look at this guy in the black.
Gloucester.
Oh,
Dude, somebody's gonna die.
wonder if anybody has. Oh, you win a scarf? That's what you get for having a broken leg, a concussion, and probably, smash your ball. Look, and then they let the kids do it?
And $20 worth of cheese wheel.
Jeez.
Do you think they do the same thing in Ethiopia?
Do they have hills like this there?
Did you see the dude's tumbling? What the hell is your problem?
Look at this guy.
Holy shit!
Oh, my. Oh, there's SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
Oh, and this guy is in a gorilla suit.
What? That looked like Jason Sudeikis there for a second. What's Ted Lasso doing that?
But yeah, I'm not taking into the deep there, but many. Look at this right here. This guy is Scorpion in it. Look at this guy. He's the only one up. Well, this guy, he's getting ready to step on that guy's balls. This dad's just like, I had too much. How much? Like, I don't think I'd willingly compete.
No. Dude, I hurt my ankle stepping in potholes. Do you think I'm going to go down a fucking steep incline trying to chase a thing of cheese?
Apparently the first ever written evidence of this event was 1826, but they said it's been going on for centuries. Apparently they said it started as a way of claiming grazing rights on the ground around Cooper's Hill. Unbelievable. Would you send your kids out to do this?
No.
I wouldn't. If I had a boy, I probably would. I'd be like, come on, you're pissing me off. Get out there and try to win us a friggin' Harry Potter scarf.
Team Gryffindor.
Man, it's a 200-yard hill.
Wow.
180 meters for any of you people in anywhere else in the world that doesn't use yards and feet like us. But yeah, the race begins when the so-called Master of Cheese rolls. We need to get Brandon to be the Master of Cheese one time. But tell me that wouldn't be a dream come true.
That'd be great. I thought you were going to tell me to go down the hill and be like Chris Farley in Black Sheep.
No, I don't want. I love you, Brandon. I don't want you going down there breaking a neck or something. This is what we should do for the Steve Winwood. If we meet up, we find the biggest hill, we roll a beer down there, and the first person to get the beer, and then as you touch the beer, that's the draft order.
First person to boof it.
I'm just going to take the last pick.
The Master of Cheese is already coined. If they copyright it and stuff, you could be like the Maestro of Queso or something like that. I don't know, something.
That kind of sounds fancy.
We could, we got plenty of time to work on it.
Instead of Maestro, did you say Maestro?
Maestro, yes.
I mean, anytime he gets a chance to say ass. Oh, masterofcheese.guru is available. You can buy it for $2.98.
Oh, that's cheaper than a block of cheese.
Oh, what is the best cheese?
God, man. I'm a slut for a good pepper jack. I don't know. Just give me
So,
some.
are you talking about a sandwich cheese? I mean, what kind of a pizza? Like, what are we talking?
How about cheese and crackers? Like, if you're gonna just have like cheese crackers, maybe some pepperoni. What's the cheese that you're getting a brick of, slicing it up, and just eating it just the cheese, or maybe getting fancy, putting it on the crackers and all that good stuff?
So there's not one. I'd probably list 5. I would say Manchego, Gruyere, Gouda, Jarlsberg.
I've heard of Gouda.
See, I'm not fancy with my cheese. You just went like, I don't know. I
want to try them all, but for me, it's like Colby Jack,
sharp cheddar.
Sharp cheddar.
There's some good cheeses out there. There's some good cheeses out there.
Oh, I bet you is. And it just so happens that they don't get delivered to the place that I live.
See, you're in New York. There's a lot of good dairy cows upstate.
There is, but in a lot of these places make really good cheese, but they stick to the basics. You go to my aisle, you get a little bit of some milk, which is there. But you know what I mean? There's one milk that stands out. And then you get, maybe some yogurt, all made in New York. And then it's just cheese. And you get the mozzarella, Colby Jack, Sharp, this and that. And that's what you get.
Gotcha.
You can find some fancier cheese, I think, in maybe the one actual grocery chain around here. But it's not a lot of it's, I think, comes out of maybe Vermont. Nothing wrong with that.
My wife's a slut for Munster. That's the cheese that she's always asking about. We used to have a pit stop on our way to the big old Branson, Missouri, and it was
stop or piss stop or both.
Same thing. Yeah, they had restrooms there too. But it would be our free lunch. They used to have a cheese store, and you would go over there and you could sample every type of cheese they had. They had over, I think like 200 different types of cheeses. There was a blueberry cheese, a raspberry cheese, like weird shit that I would like. I'm never.
It would make a weird shit.
Now they had some pepperoni cheese, some taco cheese, but you get a little toothpick and just get a little cube of cheese.
They used to do that in our area. They would have samplers and stuff, and it's all gone.
COVID ruined it too. Fucking
wife and kids are gone, so I'm doing some cooking today for videos.
Ooh, what are you cooking?
Can I share?
Is it bad?
I'm going to take a hot dog, and I'm going to take a potato peeler, and I'm going to like skin the hot dog into like bacon slices, and then I'm going to air fry them.
Dude, I saw that randomly on a feed today, but I didn't keep. I just kept scrolling, but it was somebody doing that with when I was looking. I was actually looking up a recipe. I made homemade fries, and I wanted something a little bit different, so I was trying to get some inspiration, and I saw that, and I was like, and I was going to send it to you, but I lost it.
For the record, I have no original ideas. They're all stolen. But I also found somebody put some two different versions. One is baking sheet. Then they put brown sugar, sliced fresh peaches, drizzled with honey, and then like Pillsbury dough on top. Ooh. And then butter it, and then bake it, and then scrape it. And it's like...
What if you smoked it?
Oh, you could do that, but smoked Pillsbury dough.
Yeah, God. Dude. I bet you it'd be fantastic. That's a lot extra work and extra time. Yeah. But
the other one I found was same idea, but it's Parmesan cheese, oil, Parmesan cheese, split glizzy, cut in half, and then dough on top, and you bake it just the same. And it's like, oh, it's gonna be beautiful.
You know what you got to do? What's that dough? Oh dear, if you make some dough with some venison, and then just find some bits of each of the song, and you could just make a random, I forget the name, song of music. Is that what it is?
Nice.
Has anybody done that before? Is that what it's called?
The evolution of music? Is that what it is?
Dough,
That's what I can think of now is the guy from YouTube back in like one of the first YouTubes when he did the evolution of dance.
It's obviously Do Re Mi, Sound of Music. Yeah, it's an old movie. Let's see. It says by Julie Anders, maybe.
Yeah, Julie. She the Princess Diaries grandma, the fucking Queen of Genovia, baby. Put some respect on her name.
So dough, we could do obviously dough, and then you could do the venison as well. Then you have Ray, a drop of golden sun. What would you do for Ray? Ray.
Potato chips, Ray's potato chips.
There we go. Me.
There's me eating a potato chip.
Yep. Fa.
Is it fa or far?
Fa. It says do re mi fa, but it says they do it as fa, a long way to run.
I would put potato chips like a far away to where I have to walk over and get it.
Yep. And then so.
I cut my finger on a potato chip.
And then la.
I'm just being silly.
La.
Lobby.
La. L.A. Is there something that's popular in L.A.?
Oh.
You could play a little la. The next one's tea. So, I mean, you could do something with a tea bag or something. You could just tea bag your food.
Tea bag a chip into your mouth.
And then it brings us back to dough. I mean, you have to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 potential ingredients to make this the food of music instead of the sound of music. There we go.
For one of the doughs, it should be Homer Simpson.
Yep. Oh. That's pretty good. All right, we came up with the million view video of the day. That's good.
And now I'm hungry again.
I know. Let's go eat. And I think we did a good thing here today. We're all busy. So happy 69 day of the time of the recording. This doesn't come out until obviously the 13th. So we went from 6-9 to unlucky 13 potentially. But either way, this was fun. Go check out Brandon James McDermott on all the social medias if you want. I'm not the boss of you, but he's got a book. Go buy it. We got to get at least 150 more sales to hit him to 1,000 on the book. So buy the book if you want. You don't have to read it. I didn't, but I love him and I support him. And then You've Been Whacking Off. Go to you'vebeenwhackinoff.com. Buy yourself a candle for Father's Day. Give him something that he definitely doesn't want, which is going to be a candle and one that is blue waffles. Just telling you, it'll be a laugh. And if he doesn't, then either way, you can send a video of your dad hating the gift that you bought him, supporting a man that we love, and then maybe it'll go viral. Be like, this is how my dad treated me on Father's Day. I bought him a blue waffle candle, the essence of whacking off, and he hated it.
I'm going to create a new scent called Texas Roadhouse Shits and see if she likes it.
Yes. Bet you won't. You know what you do, though? You have to somehow be creative because the wife is probably going to make it. So you got to somehow be creative to not let her catch on until you put the labels on.
Cinnamon butter is going to be incorporated.
Yeah, you got that special smell of the Texas Roadhouse butter with some kind of chocolate.
Mixed in with the nursing home.
Yeah, I think it could be a good one. I'd burn it. And we recently burned one of the ones that we got from the wife's business. Look like Christmas trees and snow and stuff. And then we got it for the mother-in-law, and she didn't want to burn it because it looked so pretty. And they're like, let's burn it. And we burned it, and oh man, was it good? I sent you a picture, I think. If not, I have it.
In the camper, yes.
Hell yeah, it was good. So, all right, so go support these guys. We appreciate the hell out of you, and that's all we got. You guys got anything else?
Don't think so.
All right, be good to your wieners. Keep your sticks on the ice, and fuck Philly.
Yes.
Buckle up tight, it's gonna be a wild ride. We're diving deep into your fridge where secrets hide. Mysteries of leftovers, the wonders inside. From moldy sandwiches to ancient yogurt jars, we cover the truth.